We're going to start back here this morning. S197 2007 Mustang GT. This battery, this is a replacement battery, but this is a battery for the audio system, and I replaced it as part of the troubleshooting process. But this car has been having a lot of problems lately, and so went after this thinking it was just straight up batteries, because the car sits most of the winter, and I end up having to charge it and jump it and everything for a while and get it running. But so anyway, I put new batteries in it. Still, this thing was giving me problems. Finally, I get it to the point where it's like, okay, it's going to keep running. I'm literally on my way to get emissions, and check charging system pops up on the instrument cluster, and the battery light comes on. So I thought maybe I had a loose connection with the battery because I've been tinkering with it. Nope. So I doing all kinds of testing, and I could see a little bit of a voltage drop on both batteries. I checked the terminals and I turned the sound system on, and I could see the voltage drops, especially when the amps were pushing the bass. I pretty much relegated myself to the idea that this was going to have to go in and be seen by somebody at the dealership. But it bugged me a lot that I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I took a chance, and I thought, I'm going to look at the alternator. So I get on AmericanMuscle.com, and this is not a plug for them, to them, whatever. I've used them for years, and they've always been fantastic, but this is fully paid for by me. They don't pay for any of this, right? And I paid for all of these parts out of my pocket. So anyway, I ordered this alternator, and I'll put a link in the description. I don't care if you use it or not. I mean, I don't get anything out of it. This is just to help my fellow Mustang drivers. And then also that lead that runs from the battery comes down. Right now I have it running under this cover, and then it goes into the back of the alternator. So this is also kind of a quick how-to guide if you are Whipple supercharged. So to replace this alternator, there are 4 bolts that hold the alternator in place. These 4. These are harder to see down here, but you got to take those 4 off. But this is not, it's not quite that easy. So you have to take this plate off. You have to take this plate off down here at the bottom, and those are 13 millimeter. All 4 of those are. You have to remove these bolts. To get to this one, you have to take this bolt out and of that thermostat housing and get that off of there. So make sure you put that back in, but you also have to take this pulley off. And then, once the pulley's off, obviously the belt's off, these plates are off, then you can just pretty much pull the alternator straight out. And you can pull it out and let it rest, which is what I did. I let it rest on this water pump pulley and this hose here. I just let it rest so I could get the connections off. If you look down there, there is that red cable. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. That goes into the back of the alternator, and that's a much heavier gauge than the stock one. But yeah, so anyway, that's a quick how-to on that. It took me about 45 minutes to swap that out, and I'm thinking, okay, all it's going to do is hopefully clear up that error. No, the car drives so much better. No joke, it's like a panacea to many of the ills. The braking is even better. And I think that the voltage drop from the factory alternator, with all the power draw that was on this thing, the voltage drop was so bad that it was affecting everything, including the braking, the power booster. So anyway, long story short, if you're having weird problems with your S197, I think this thing was like $325 for that alternator. It's a little bit pricey, yes, but I promise you, like, I read the reviews and I thought, this is BS. There's no way this thing is going to be that great. And it has been. It was worth every freaking penny. It's like an SR Performance high output 200 watt or something like that. But yeah, I would totally do that again in a heartbeat. Again, not sponsored. American Muscle gave me nothing, not even a discount. But yeah, great product, great services always. Highly recommend. Have a great day and thanks for watching.